Third time lucky. Third time and second location lucky.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll be able to fit some outtakes on the end because, you know.
You're going to have to do all these because I
There
don't
are
know
some.
where my phone is. It's probably in a van somewhere. I've been panicking trying to get this shot set up, so
Yeah.
off we go.
Off we go. So, first of all,
Welcome to another Van Chat Tuesday.
that's my line. Oh,
Welcome to another
Van Chat Tuesday.
Yay!
Yay.
Go on.
And we're outside of the van this time because, yeah, I like wind in my hair.
Yeah. In this video, we're going to talk about all the things you ask us, and we've answered some of them in the previous episodes singularly, but we're trying to...
Singularly.
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 It's not a singularity.
No, singularly.
Singularly.
Yes.
I'm not singing anything, let alone lally.
Thank God for that.
Anyhow, this video is all about the questions you're asking us about full-time living in your van and how you cope with X, Y and Z.
Yes,
and A, B, C, D.
Mostly address-related malarkey.
Yeah, pretty much. There's an eagle hovering over us. Hopefully somebody finds this, so we got abducted by an eagle.
But yeah, all of a sudden me, because I'm short, goes, wow!
Anyhow,
Anyway.
in no particular order.
In no particular order, car insurance, or more importantly, van insurance.
Yeah. What we've done in the past is say there is a van post or boat post company out there or
Yeah.
something like that. And they used to handle all this as a private limited company, and they'd receive all your mail and then email the stuff back to you that was important. The government then decided that your V5 and driving licenses can't be registered that way, and even the fact that some insurance companies stopped being okay with it being done that way as
Yep,
well.
so they didn't like it because it was one of these addresses that had like 50,000 people registered
Yeah.
at it. So they just had it's all right for some things, but not for others. So
Yeah.
we had to find a different solution.
And ours was a family member to use their address as a care of address.
Yes, and that was nice and simple. When we changed the address of all the things, we just
Yep.
put C/O in front of the first line of the address. They were fine with it.
Yep, so our V5 for the van, which is the registration document, owner's certificate, whatever you want to call it, our driving licenses, and so much so that we just renewed our van insurance and they're all right with it as well.
Yep.
So no problem with that
Yep,
whatsoever.
and driving license is fine. No issues with anything
No.
related to the van itself. I think has been really straightforward. Just having a care of address.
Yep.
No, that's not possible for everybody.
Yeah, obviously you need to have a friend or family member that's perfectly okay with that. They're going to receive some post. They are not responsible for anything that you receive, like fines or anything like that.
And that's why the care of thing in the address line is very important and
yeah.
tells all the companies that you don't actually reside there, but somebody's collecting your mail for you.
Yeah. And as far as everyone keeps asking what insurance company we use the Caravan and Motorhome Club, which
Yes.
is actually Devitt Insurance Brokers.
Devitt?
Devitt, not divot in the road like a debit,
Oh.
like a direct debit.
Direct debit,
But
but
it's
not.
Devitt, yeah.
Devitt.
Anyway, moving on.
Not confusing at all. So, car insurance, driving license, V5. Doctors.
Doctors and
Doctors
dentists.
and dentists will
So to get
bundle them in.
medical help,
Yes.
yes, medical help has been tried and tested by moi.
Yes.
In fact, the week we picked up the van, I started to develop a big issue with my arm. Obviously, houseless, not homeless. I wasn't selling the big issue, but I couldn't move my arm and it was all swollen and that. And that was pretty straightforward, wasn't it?
Yep, we just we phoned up the doctors, the closest doctors to us, asked if we could temporarily register there. We went in, we filled out the form. That meant we were registered for 2 weeks. So if we needed to go back for any repeat treatment or anything like that, we had the 2 weeks there. Then it reverts back to where you were registered in the first place. We found that most doctors, if you turn around and say you live at your care of address or that is where you spend most of your time, perfectly happy letting you register there. Then you just use this temporary thing at all the other doctors around the UK.
And,
nice and simple.
Yeah, there was another occasion where we'd done that because we need to get a prescription.
Yeah.
And again, simple thing to do, no problem.
Yep, I've used 111 before now
Yeah.
to phone up and ask them, and they've put me through to a special department, and they've done me, because it's like a reoccurring issue, so they've arranged for me to have a prescription collected from the local Tesco's pharmacy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was really straightforward.
That was up in Scotland as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
So-
Scotland actually. Yeah, so there's lots and lots of options. You just have to look for them. It seems a bit scary in the first instance because it's like, what am I going to do? But when you look into it a little bit, it really is more straightforward than you think.
Apart from dentist.
Apart from
But
dentists.
that's COVID related. I've had an issue with my tooth ever since I came back, and every dentist we've phoned has said we're not taking on new patients right now.
Yeah, there was one that
So-
it was like an NHS one that said that if we phoned up at 8 o'clock every morning, we could see if there was any cancellations or any. They wouldn't allow you to book, so I don't know how
No.
everybody else booked up, but
No.
you couldn't book. How long did we try that for?
Oh, weeks.
Yeah, weeks and weeks, and we couldn't get in. So we found other things. So that's a rolling thing. We're going to let you know. We'll give you an update on how we
Yeah.
find the dentist thing. I have offered to take his tooth out for him. You know, the usual tie a string and slam the door, sledgehammer,
Yeah, they get more vicious.
fist. I figured, all he has to do is annoy me enough, and I just give him a swift punch across the chops, and maybe the
Free-
teeth will come out.
Free dental treatment.
Yeah, it's great. But he doesn't want to take me up on any of those offers.
No, not for now.
Not
if
for
you don't
now.
mind.
wait till later.
Yeah. Well,
Much later.
a couple of years, decades, something.
After you've been the dentist and you don't need it.
Yeah, cool. What do
Okay.
we need to talk about now?
Is receiving general mail.
Yes, and this can be anything from said mail that we've just spoken about, if it's at your care of address but you need it, so you can have it sent to you, or if it's something you want to order online, or for example, we've ordered our own merch and had our merch delivered to us.
Yes.
So that was quite a unique experience.
Yeah.
But for that, you can use UPS drop-off and collection points. Other makes are available, like DHL and stuff like that. But I find UPS is the best one, most reliable.
Yeah, they've got great tracking as well, haven't they? So that is
Yeah.
really good.
And they're cheapest as well for most of them. But then you've got things like, obviously, you can post anywhere in a post box and send it to other people.
Yep. So it's okay for you to post to an address.
Yeah.
And as far as the other ones is UK Mail drop boxes, which are a
Yep.
bit like the Amazon drop boxes, aren't
Yep.
they? And they work in a similar fashion, but obviously it's just not via Amazon.
Yep.
So you can organise to have things sent there, so you can have your post forwarded to those addresses, or if there's anything like that. Campsites are great as well, aren't they? A lot of
Campsites have been very helpful this
really,
year, haven't
really
they?
good. Friends and family up and down the country. So
Yeah.
if you're going anywhere and you know of anybody, it's like, yeah, can just be a little bit cheeky and can
Yeah.
have something posted to your house.
And while you're there, can have a bath, a roast dinner, 120 litres of water,
Yeah, empty the toilet.
and will you do my laundry?
Yeah, and we need to park on your driveway.
Yeah, is it flat? We're not fussy.
Well, low maintenance friends completely. That's it. We don't ask for a lot,
Oh, no, pretty good.
and maybe that's why none of our family have a driveway that we
Yeah,
fit on.
no one's ever asked
no,
us.
no. Gosh darn it!
Hey ho.
Oh, dear. And health insurance.
Health insurance, travel insurance, and gadget insurance.
Yes.
Because what you'll find is everything you insure for your van doesn't cover things like expensive camera gear, laptops, iPads, and stuff like that.
Or me.
Up to a certain up to a certain value anyway. So if you've got something like a laptop that's worth £2,000, then you'll need a gadget cover for that, so it covers it and the other devices up to £2,000 as well.
Yeah.
So for all these things, which were travel insurance, European breakdown insurance, health insurance, which is I guess travel insurance
Travel
as well.
insurance for us instead, yeah.
And gadget cover, we use the RAC.
And they were absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
They beat the pants off everybody for what they cover and how much it was
Yeah,
and what they included.
We even got free for 1 year anyway. Caravan and camping
Club
Yeah,
membership, which was absolutely brilliant. And we've used that loads already.
we have, yeah, because
Yeah.
they're the friendly club.
They
well,
are.
maybe not the last place we
Friendly
visited.
yeah. ish club.
Yeah.
But no, so it's lovely anyway to get that chucked in, because that has been really helpful with everything. But it was a really good deal. So if you are looking to renew any of that, definitely recommend going and checking them out.
Yep. And the other thing to talk about is finances and stuff like that, banks and credit cards. We just basically logged into our bank through the app and changed our address to the care of address. Didn't speak to them or anything, and that was accepted. You did yours online as well, didn't you?
Yep, I used Halifax, and they did reset all of my postal preferences when I changed my address, mind you,
They
and I
did
had to
mess
go
that up.
through and untick everything
Yeah.
because
If you can get things via email,
Yeah.
then choose that.
I normally choose paperless everything because
Yeah.
it means we can get it everywhere we
Yeah.
are, which is perfect. But yeah, family members started getting bombarded with all of these letters.
rubbish
A
thing.
letter that says, "There is a new message for you in your inbox."
Yeah.
It's like, why are you posting that to me? But yeah, so that's one thing to consider when you do it. Just go check all of them. But
You
it
said
was
doo-doo.
I said super before and
You
got
did.
slated for
You
it.
did. You just said it again then.
Yeah. But no, there was no problem with anything. We literally expected to have to convince people that
Yeah.
it was okay that we lived in a van, or that we had to go through all of these things saying, you know, we've got this other address and we don't live there, and explain and explain and explain.
Yeah.
And we found it was far more straightforward than we
Oh
thought.
yeah, really easy. And the last thing to talk about when we're talking about banks and everything else and travel is travel cards, you know, like prepayment cards. So you probably heard of the travel cards that you put 100 quid on, then you go into Spain or Portugal and you can spend it off in the local currency and things like that. And we use Revolut.
Revolut.
And there's going to be a code down below or a link down below. If you sign up, you get something for free, and we do too once you've signed up and started using it and loaded it up. But the reason why we love it is that they don't charge a commission when you're actually exchanging. You get the best exchange rate. You can use it in cash machines. I think we've had 2 occasions on a French motorway where it wasn't accepted.
I think it might be Portuguese or
Yeah.
in the toll booths where it wasn't accepted. But apart from that,
Gas stations, shops, supermarkets, everything like that. You can get cash out to a certain amount as well. You can pay cash in from a UK bank account, do a direct debit transfer, again you'll pay no fees.
you can transfer funds from card to card.
Yeah, or
if I'm
friends
in
to friends.
If I'm in a shop and I'm like, do you want to run out of money? And he
Yeah.
just goes on his phone and does it straight away and transfers me more money, and it comes through quick as you like.
Yeah.
And when you use the card, it pops up on your phone and tells you what the transaction is and that it's
Yeah,
gone
and
through.
checks
I
it
think,
straight away with
I
you.
think sometimes when you're in a foreign country, it's nice to know that that's come off your balance straight away, because there's nothing like, I know with the bank, when we've used the bank before, you're waiting around for ages
Yeah,
for all
to
of the
know what
stuff
it
to
was
come
and
back
that.
off your card with all the fees and everything
Yeah.
that comes off with it. But no, we found it incredibly straightforward, really easy to use, and there is a ton of more stuff. You can play the stock market on it and
There's
all sorts of
loads
things.
of things. I mean, another cool feature about it as well is if you order things online, you're always a bit skeptical about where you're ordering it from. You can go in your Revolut account, you can create a one-off credit card number for that one transaction and one company, so that no one else can ever steal that card, take money out. So they are really good.
And it just protects the rest of your balance, so that
Yeah.
they get to use that once and then it stops working and it just reverts back
We've
again. But
been
you can have
using
as many of them as you like.
Yeah, we've been using it for a couple of years now, and all of our friends have now got them.
Yep.
So
Yep. And
they're
because they
that
are
good.
just so good, and you can convert easily. If you can have 4 or 5 different currencies.
Yes.
There's the word on there at a
In
time.
your account, so you can
and
have.
you can switch between
Yeah.
the lot and keep moving money around and just switch to whichever one you need and then use it.
Yeah.
And it is so easy.
And the
It's
easiest thing is,
unbelievable.
say you've got 200 quid in your account and then you're in France, so you need euros, you just change to euros. Or say, for example, you're leaving Europe and you're coming back in the UK and you've got a balance of euros left, you just go change it into pounds.
So you know what
and
it's
you
used
can
to,
start using
it used to be like, you used to have to take all your leftover money into the post
Yeah.
office to go and change that back, and then they charge commission again to change it back into sterling and what have you. But yeah, you just do it on your card and then spend it in the shop.
Done and dusted.
Done and dusted.
Like I say, links in the video description down below. But yeah, it's on our website as well. We're not hiding the fact we love it. So
Yep,
it's brilliant.
absolutely. There's a pay-for version as well that has no limits on what you
Yeah.
can do. But these have, I don't think we hit them very often.
No,
do
it's
we?
£1,000 a month for all the transactions, or £400 a month for cash withdrawal and that. We came close a couple of times, but it costs nothing living in a van and stuff like that. So we don't
And I
have an
think
issue
the one
with it.
time we came close was over Christmas, because we treated ourselves
We did.
tremendously.
We had many meals out.
Yes, and the easiest way, because it's £1,000 per card.
Yes, there are 2 of us,
And we've
and
both
you
got
can
a
move
card.
across, and there's no limit on moving the money across.
Yep, so it's just like,
So it's easy
you've
enough.
hit a limit, okay, so I'll get it and then transfer it to John
Yeah.
instead of the other way around.
And my advice is get different ones as well. So
I've got a Visa and you've
Yeah.
got MasterCard.
yeah, MasterCard.
Yeah.
So that way, then you're always covered. If one network goes down, the other person's got the other card. So
Yep, and it
There we
works a treat. To treat yourself.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's a bit chilly now.
Yes, it's
We
wind's getting up a bit.
yeah, we've wasted a lot of the time. It's now 8 p.m.
But look at the light.
It's lovely,
Look
isn't
at
it?
the light. It's 7 o'clock.
And it's fairly warm if it wasn't for the breeze.
Yeah, actually, it would be lovely. The
Yeah.
fact that I can still feel the sun. I'm just happy it's not raining. It feels like it's been raining for 57 years.
Yeah. So there we go. Cool. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I hope
Yes.
that's answered many of your questions. If you do have any other questions and you want to talk on personal levels about your situation, then it's best to hit us up on Instagram, John Amanda UK, and we will answer questions via Instagram about personal matters. Or if you've just got a quick comment you want to put in the video description down below to help other people, or bits of advice about your travel situation or whatever.
Yep, and
then do that.
as with all the Van Chat Tuesdays, if you do have any questions, pop them in there. We've had a couple of ideas of things people would like to see in videos, but I think we might actually do a collection in a Van Chat Tuesday for
Possibly.
that instead. See
Yeah.
what we can do just to mix it up a little bit. But
Yes.
yep, ask away anything that you want us to chat about, and we'll have a look into that and hopefully include it in a video.
Yep. All right.
Aye.
Cool.
Inside.
See you later, folks.
Bye. See you soon.
Okay, so they don't expect you to be at your house, home, or whatever all the time anyway. So. Oh, you're kidding me. Ah. What the actual
I tell you what, YouTubers.